Hi, this is Jenny Brav of Radiant Wholeness Healing. And today we're exploring feelings of powerlessness or feeling like a victim. And I know that when we talk about the victim mentality, it's often seen as a negative, pejorative thing. But really, for our purposes, we're looking at parts of us that were at some point powerless at the mercy of forces much bigger than we were, that we had no control over, and ways in which the beliefs we developed then are still working now. So, this isn't at all about blaming ourselves or beating ourselves up. It's really feeling all the ways that we had to let go of our power, trusting ourselves, give our power to others, and looking at ways we can bring loving attention to those young parts and reclaim our power. So I invite you to close your eyes and just feeling into those parts that feel small, powerless, at the mercy, like the world, others are against them, are much, much bigger. And noticing where you might feel that in your body. Is there any part of you that feels collapsed, tight, numb? Noticing if there's a posture associated with this feeling, a belief. Also noticing how you feel in the world when you're feeling powerless. Do you feel small, unprotected, vulnerable, like you need to hide, exposed? Whatever it might be. It might be something I haven't listed, but just noticing. And similarly, noticing how you're responding to the world when you're feeling powerless, like a victim, at the mercy of others. Asking yourself if there's an age or an age range when you started disconnecting from your own power, feeling some of the feelings you're feeling now. And just noticing if anything comes up. If it doesn't, it's totally fine. You can keep feeling into your body, breathing. And then asking yourself if you were able to release and heal some of these wounds, call some of your power back. How might that be feeling? How might your posture change? Again, just noticing. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes or keep them closed, whatever feels comfortable. Also, feel free to pause the video and jot down anything that you received in the first part to integrate in the tapping. I'll be naming the points. Feel free to follow along or do your own sequence. And repeat after me in your head or out loud, changing the words as necessary to match your situation if you want to. Even though I'm feeling powerless, at the mercy of the world, an old feeling of being a victim is triggered. I'm open to loving and accepting myself deeply and completely. And I'm open to giving the part that feels powerless compassion rather than blaming it. Good. Deep breath, tapping all over the head. Hi, part of me that feels powerless. Inside of the eyebrows, at the mercy of the world. Outside of the eyes, small. Under the eyes, breathe. Under and above the lips, I see you. Under the collarbone, I feel you. Middle of the sternum, I know you're scared. The ribs, I know this is reminding you of all the times you had no control. Side of the body, no say. Your wrist. It's okay to feel scared and sad. Deep breath. Other wrist. Of course you feel that way. All over the head. And I acknowledge the part of me that's going into judgment. Outside of the eyes, telling myself to stop being a victim. Under the eyes. I hear you. Under and above the lips. And I'm grateful for your intention. Under the collarbone. I know you're just wanting me to reclaim my power. Middle of the sternum. And that's my wish as well. Ribs. And the truth is, side of the body, the more we berate the scared young part, wrist, the more victimized he, she, they will feel. Other wrist. So maybe we can just send compassion, deep breath. All over the head, understanding. inside of the eyebrows and start creating a bridge between then and now. Under the, or outside of the eyes, breathe. Under the eyes, under and above the lips. And feel into that younger version of you. Maybe imagine you're reaching out to him, her, them. Hi, young me. Under the collarbone. I see you. Middle of the sternum. I feel you. The ribs. I'm so sorry you had so little say. Side of the body. So little control. The wrist. That things were so unpredictable. Other wrist. That those who were supposed to make you feel safe and were doing the opposite. Inside of the eyebrows, under those circumstances, outside of the eyes, it was so smart of you. Under the eyes, to develop this strategy of hiding. Under the collarbone, of giving your power away. Middle of the sternum, of not being too big or too visible. Ribs. That's exactly what you had to do at the time to survive. Side of the body. And you didn't have other options back then. Breathe. You were at the mercy of those in charge. Other wrist. And the good news is, all over the head. We are not little anymore. Inside of the eyebrows, I have resources and options you did not have. Outside of the eyes, breathe. And the main thing keeping us trapped here, under the eyes, feeling small and at the mercy of the world. Under and above the lips, feeling like a victim. Breathe. Under the collarbone is these beliefs and these coping strategies that we developed back then. Middle of sternum, breathe. The ribs, and we can hold on as long as we want to. Side of the body, as long as we need to. Rest. And it's possible that when we want, other wrist when we're ready. All over the head, not because anybody's pressuring you to. Inside of the eyebrows, but because you want to. Outside of the eyes, we can release them under the eyes and call our power back. Under and above the lips, breathe. You never wanted to give it up in the first place. Under the collarbone. What's the fun in that? Middle of sternum. But we felt like we had no choice. Ribs, breathe. And pause for a moment. You can stop tapping, close your eyes if they're open if you want to, and just check in with that part of you that's feeling powerless, like a victim at the mercy of the world. If it's still feeling pretty activated, you might want to do the beginning part of the tapping over again until it feels a lot calmer. It's feeling less charged, like maybe a 2 or a 3 out of 10. I invite you to hold out the beliefs that you developed at the time. It might be, I'm at the mercy of the world, I'm all alone, I'm small, and everything else is big and overwhelming, nobody's on my side, whatever it might be. And then the coping strategies you developed to manage those circumstances with that belief, and just stack them, the beliefs and the coping strategies. And those might be hiding, deferring to others knowing, putting other people's needs first, always feeling like you have to fight to get what's yours. It might be getting your power through oppositional energy rather than just free flow of your own energy. Whatever it might be, just nod to these strategies, to the belief, and inviting the young part of you who developed these to be here with you, and nodding to him, her, them for how wise and brilliant and resilient and resourceful they were. And then together you can release these to light energy, shake it off, releasing any cords still tying you to this. And then calling back as light as energy all of the power you might have given others. Calling it back through your crown. Calling it back into your body, your muscles, your bones. And calling it back into your heart. And into your abdomen. Calling back energy around the solar plexus, the third chakra, the seat of your will and your power. And when you feel so full with this energy, this vibrancy, this power that you're calling back, at least for now, let it radiate back out into the world, sending it up and down your timeline. And taking a deep breath, tapping all over your body, shaking it out. Touching something grounding. For me, it's often my thighs. And thank you so much for joining me on this journey. As always, let me know how this went. I'm always really curious. It's good to get a return to what I'm putting out in the world, to know how it's landing with you. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and feel free to set up a 30-minute free consultation if you would like to do more of this work tailored to you.